Hi everyone, Laura Rocha here with Sage Energy Counseling and Wellness. I am doing this both live on Instagram and on Facebook. So I wanted to touch base with people. I get a lot of questions on how I clear the energy in a room after a counseling session. And with that, I wanted to kind of show you 3 ways that I use. So one of the biggest things that I've used, and I've been using this since the early 1990s, I learned about it in my first apartment. And when I moved into my first apartment, I wanted to clear the energy. We had a guy, we called him, his name was Mr. Herkman, and he had died in the apartment next to me. So we wanted to make sure that the energy was cleared. Ironically, I had just met she was my landlord, but it was a triplex, and we all ended up living together, 3 single women. Anyway, I had checked with a place locally to see how I could cleanse the energy. And one of the things that they recommended was saging. So I did some homework on saging. This was before the internet, and found out that it was a Native American tradition. And essentially what they would do is whenever they moved into a new area, whenever they camped in a new area, they would cleanse the area using sage. Sage in the last 20 years has become much more popular as more of a mainstream thing. And I actually found sage, it used to be a lot more expensive and hard to find, but you can get it pretty easily now. But this is, I don't know if you can see that, it's white sage is what I'm using today. And with that, it looks like this. So it essentially looks like a type of, it looks like grass that has been wrapped up. And what you do with the sage is you just take it and you light it up. So you light it up, if I can get it lit, and you burn the tip of it. And it will create a smoke. And then from that smoke, you can see the smoke, it has a really strong smell. So be forewarned if you are going to do this. Some people will confuse the smell of sage with marijuana. So I did it one time in an office space that I was in. You might want to do it on the weekend or when people aren't around, because there was kind of a big brouhaha about the sage and the smell of it. But anyway, so the first time I did this, I did it in my apartment, and as I was coming around one direction, burning sage from one on the one end of the house, my landlord came around the other direction burning sage. We had both gone out about the same time and recognized that we needed to cleanse the house, and both of us were burning sage, so it was kind of funny. But anyway, if you're going to use it, be aware that it does smell like marijuana, and people may complain. However, that being said, once you burn it, once you've got it going, and sometimes they will go out so they can be a little bit hard to light, you're going to do what's called smudging. And with smudging, what you do is you allow the smoke to just burn and you waft it. So when you're wafting the smoke, you're walking around throughout your property line. If you're in your home, you're going to do it throughout your home. And you're just going to let it burn and let the smoke cleanse the air. And so wafting is doing this and spreading it. And what you're doing is you're spreading it. Hi, Erica. You're spreading it with the intention of cleansing the energy. So you're moving it back and forth. Sometimes you may want to carry a bowl underneath you because if you don't have a bowl, the ashes can leak. But you're going to go around the edge of your property and you're going to make sure that you're looking at it as a cleansing thing. And then you're going to do the same thing on the inside of your house. And you're going to go around the inside of your house and cleanse with the sage. Sage is a really powerful tool. A lot of people thought it was just spiritual. Recent studies have shown, and I'll see if I can find the link to it and post it, but recent studies have shown that sage also has an antiviral, antibacterial property. So a lot of things that we consider non-traditional that our ancestors had done are actually, there's actually a lot of truth to them. And when we recognize those truths, we develop healthier habits. And we think they're just old wives' tales or spiritual beliefs that don't have any connection, but there's actually validity to them. So that is the sage. That's one way to cleanse. The other way that I want to cleanse, I personally don't care which essential oils you use. So I'm going to set this aside. I personally don't care what essential oils you use, but essential oils are a great way to cleanse. They're great for in your office if you're looking to cleanse. I happen to use doTERRA, but I only use them because I prefer the smell. But Young Living, plant-based, whatever you choose to use, Gaia, whatever one, doesn't matter. But the one you want to look for doing a cleansing, citrus can do cleansing, but if you're looking to do energy cleansing, one of the ones you want to look for, and I'll hold it up so you can see it, is called On Guard in doTERRA. It's called Thieves in Young Living. It's essentially one that has cinnamon in it. It has citrus. It has cardamom in it. And the idea behind On Guard is just that you're protective, you're taking a protective factor and you're putting around it. Erica's saying she loves Balance by doTERRA. Balance is great. It's not as much of a cleansing one. It does help cleanse the emotion, or balance your emotions. But when you're looking specifically for cleansing, you want to at least have cinnamon. Cinnamon will do it. Citruses will do it. Those are all about the cleansing. Purify is also a good one. I don't like the smell of Purify as much. It smells like Pledge to me. And I don't mind Pledge on furniture, but just to spray it doesn't do anything for me. Anyway, you're going to want to use this, and what you do is you put it in a small spray bottle, and in between sessions, I will often just spray it in between sessions and allow it to cleanse the air. You can make it as strong as you want. About a 4-ounce bottle like this, you can usually do anywhere from 5 to 10 drops, depending on how strong you want it. And that will help cleanse the energy around the thing. The last one I'm going to show you is that sound is a really good energy cleanser. It literally brings up the vibration. I'm not sure how well I'm going to do with this. I love my children, but they steal my stuff. You have children, you know what I'm talking about. And so for some reason they had taken a liking to my mallet for my crystal bowl. So I'm attempting to use a screwdriver, which actually worked really well earlier. Not as good as the mallet itself, but it'll at least give you an idea. So when I'm talking about music, it can be a steady vibrational bowl like this. Bowls like this are made out of crystal. They're made out of metal. You can get them made, I believe, out of wood as well. But the idea behind them is each bowl has a different key. And I believe this one is a G, which is the key that I personally vibrate to. So when you do this, you take the bowl and you're going to hit it, and then you run. And I don't know how well you can hear it, but you can hear the vibration. And when I use the mallet, it works really well, but the screwdriver is doing a little bit. But you can hear the vibration, and the longer you do it, the higher the vibration will spin. And when the vibration spins, it's bringing up the energy waves in the room and brings the energy up in the room. If you don't have a crystal bowl, you can do it with a glass. Or if you're just playing music that you love, and I know that sounds really silly, but music has an energy in and of itself. So if there's a particular song that's in a key that you really vibrate to, that's a great way to bring up the energy. Hi, Ali. I wanted to say hi to you too. So that's another way to kind of bring up the energy. If you're in your office and you have a few minutes in between clients that you want to do it, or if you're at work and you can put on headphones, those all help clear out the energy during your break, putting on headphones during your break or whatever. They help clear the energy in a way that is, it's a vibrational thing. So it gives you 3 different ways to do it. For me, it depends on my mood, and I try to trust my gut on which way needs to be done. We have a lot of noise in our house, so our vibrational energy usually needs a softer pull down. That's when I tend to use the sage. If your energy is kind of low and you need to bring it up, that's when sound usually works. So anyway, I hope this helps you think about how you can bring up the energy in your house. If you have a way that you love bringing up energy or you love cleansing energy, please share it. I would love to have that be put out to the universe, because I think all of us at times encounter negative energy and we don't know what to do with it. So anyway, how do you find your note? Oh, good question, Erica. Thanks. For me, I don't remember how I found the note. I think it was somebody played a chord, and each chord that they played, I kind of felt it in my body. And then I had a psychic confirm for me that it was G. And so I also went and saw a band, and I found out what music note they typically play in, and it's typically G. So one of the ways you can find your vibrational note is if you know somebody that's a musician, that you can have them play the different notes for you. It's usually good to have them do it in a bass, at least for me. But then you can literally feel, you usually feel it in your solar plexus, and it works its way up. So you can feel it in your body, and you can feel it moving and vibrating. The other way you could even do it, if you go on YouTube and find somebody that's playing piano in different keys, if you listen closely enough to the keys, you'll be able to feel it in your solar plexus when you find your note. And so the note, it'll also be a lot of the different songs that you gravitate to. So like rock and roll tends to be played in lower notes. Pop music tends to be played in higher notes. And I know that's a big generalization, but so depending on the type of music you gravitate towards, can also tell you what your internal note is and what it is that that your energy raises up to. So that's part of the reason when I said look at music, when you bring music into your house, it's a great way to raise the energy or lower it. So if you have one note, for me, G pumps me up and gets me going. I need quieter notes like I want to say B, but I'm not positive on that, to get me kind of calmed down. So knowing your music, if I listen to country music, it kicks something in and makes me angry. If I listen to rock and roll, it brings me up. If I listen to classical music, it calms me down. That's not true for everybody. So knowing that what your music is and what energy you need to clear out, the music actually has a literal way, has a vibrational way of doing that. So hope that helps. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye.